It's been easy, man. It's a small organization, so there's not a lot of people to learn, which makes it easy. Quite a few people I worked with at Andretti, so it didn't feel unfamiliar at all. And the off season in IndyCar is long enough that you can get to know everyone pretty well. So it's gone well, and we're excited with what we've accomplished so far, and feel like we can do a lot of great things this year.
New kind of veteran role, right, alongside Christian Rasmussen, although he's spent more time with the team. Talk to me about what that kind of dynamic between you two have been like so far.
Yeah, I think people put a little bit more emphasis on that than is real. I mean, yes, he's only in his second year, but you get to this level by being a professional race car driver, so he doesn't need anything from me. I think the big thing is, just learning how to get the most out of each other, which we're continually evolving and pushing each other. But he knows what he's doing. He doesn't really need my help.
You won here in 2018. You've always been fast here. What do you think you've been able to bring to ECR for this weekend to get them fast on the streets?
Well, I don't know yet. Hopefully something. I think that, our off-season development is focused a lot on Long Beach in particular. This has been a struggle for the team historically, kind of ever since they won here in 2014. So it's been a big focus on just, ride control over the bumps and the curbs, and being able to give the driver confidence to push on the entries. So I think we have a lot of good things, but we won't know until we get on the track here in a couple hours.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Obviously, I love coming here. Nobody doesn't like to come to SoCal, to be honest with you. So it's just one of those things that this is also a big car community place. So, you get to see all the drift cars, all the other race cars. I love having IMSA here. Love watching those guys. It's just a fun event all around. Also, the fans. I mean, there's a few, I wouldn't say there's at least 100,000 plus people here. And it's one of our biggest races outside of Indy.
Really big talking point for AJ Foyt. Had their first road course win with Takuma Sato in 2013. Is that something that's come up in conversation with you guys? And has there been any desire to maybe give another win to AJ here?
Always, man. I mean, we're trying our best right now. Obviously, me and David are still learning a couple of new systems this year. It's one of those things to where it's a work in progress. I think once we both find our feeding, we'll be rather competitive. Right now, we're just trying to get all the systems things going and just get some continuity with the race results and what we're doing with strategy. There's a lot of moving parts, but this would be one of those races where it'd be really sweet to win.
Want to add on to that, because talk to me about what it's been like working with David Malukas. New guy coming in, has kind of been a journeyman a little bit like yourself. So what's it been like working with him?
No, it's pretty awesome. I mean, he's super easy. He's very outgoing. Just debriefing with him's been a lot of fun. So racing with him's also been really fair and very clean. So I've been around him so far, both of these races. Obviously, it's a nail biter for a team boss, but we've kept it clean and kept it reasonable. So that's been a pleasure.
You finished the first two rounds in 14th while driving the 14. How are our odds looking? How's our confidence looking in getting that maybe a little bit lower this weekend?
To be honest with you, we're really bummed with those results, and we didn't start last season actually any better than we did, just the way that things are shaking out. So we're already a couple steps ahead. Like I said, it's just about finding that footing with us, and just with engineering and the new team being based in Indy. Once we hit our stride, it'll be really, really solid.
Goals for the weekend, things where, if we're having this conversation again Sunday, you can say, hey, I'm really proud of what I did and how this team performed.
Yeah, it's just minimizing those mistakes. As far as nailing race strategy, it'd be a huge thing. Just getting comfortable with the car setup, just moving some small things around here and there. One of these big things on the street courses is staying clean. It's a very technical track, but as we've seen the last two events, it's been green flag for almost all the race. So that's why it's been so competitive. No one's making mistakes. So we're going to put a big emphasis on qualifying and seeing what we can do from there.
I think Long Beach is probably our biggest race outside the 500. So it's a big race. It's exciting. First time being a Honda / Acura driver at the Acura Grand Prix in Long Beach. So it's exciting. I think so far we've done a lot of stuff with Honda, and I think it's going to be a very good weekend. Especially, I think the Honda engine is a little bit better here at this place. It has been in the past, so I'm excited to see how it feels. Just have a good weekend.
Obviously, you've had a taste of both, but now I'm curious as to what, in your opinion, maybe the Honda's got in comparison to the Chevy to make it faster here. If there's anything you can share with me.
I think from what I've heard before driving the Honda and what I felt when I did driving on the street course, it's just easier to get to throttle. It's just a bit, the compliance is a bit more smooth. So, and it feels like that. It just takes some of that sharp edge off, right? So, it's a bit more controlled and controls fast. So, yeah.
We talked yesterday at the luncheon about how the experience for you has been able to kind of help Del Coin, and obviously not having that rotating door of 9 drivers helps. But what's next for improvement? What's the biggest hole that needs to be covered up here in improving your guys' performance week to week?
Well, I think just our knowledge of how to get into a race weekend. So far, the weekends we've done, we were pretty far off the practice one. Made great changes to practice two and we were quick, but we just kind of wasted the first practice. So if we can get out, roll off the truck quick, I think that'll help the whole overall weekend. So I think that's gonna be our main focus.
It's my 4th time here, so getting on a bit. We're going to start where we always start and discover, and then move forward from there. I think we had a good time in thermal, finding information and gaining ground. St. Pete was tough and a good starting point for us, but yeah, I imagine we'll be improving from there.
It's a big boulder for you guys to push here, getting a brand new team in Prema, off and rolling, but you guys have done a really good job. Talk to me about what it's been like kind of building this program from the ground up.
Very tough, a lot of work, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that we're kind of playing catch-up on, but they've done an amazing job to get to where we are, and the improvements that we made behind the scenes don't really do it justice in the results. I know, having done it with another team for a couple of years and building up in the same way, it's not an easy process, and we definitely came in at the, should we say, further end of the car, now with the hybrid as well, so it's even more complicated, but we're doing the best job we can, and I think every weekend is better and better.
Obviously, you have that veteran experience with a handful of seasons under your belt. Do you feel like you've been able to kind of apply that veteran-esque experience here to this program?
Yeah, I think it's difficult when the starting point's unknown, and that's how it is into every weekend. But you obviously offered your direction pre and post event and during. I think as a driver, my style is best from once we start the weekend and trying to get the most out of it from where we start. And pre, I do try my best to lead the best starting point possible, but it's so hard when you don't know what you're going to have.
Any objectives here for the weekend? Things where, if we're talking Sunday night, you can say, hey, I'm proud of what I did on track and I'm proud of how my team executed.
I think qualifying's been a really weak point for us so far. I've really not felt in the best place with the car yet. So that is the goal, to get as close to the Fast 12 as possible. And then, build off of that into the race and I think just execute from there. But qualifying's the main place I want to target right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've been coming here a long time. I guess I'm I'm second for most career starts in Long Beach or something, which is insane to me. But I've always enjoyed coming here. I love this track. I really enjoy the atmosphere. Great weather, great fans. So it's definitely a cool spot. I think it's a track that I've enjoyed coming to as a kid and watching my dad and cheering people on, see it through its evolution of design and things to where it is today, and certainly excited to be here once again.
Big musical chairs from your guys' organization in the past couple of weeks. Your thoughts for Jay coming on board as president?
Well, yeah, I'm really excited for Jay, and he and I have been close for many years, so it's cool to close that loop and have him with us. There's no doubt about that, but I think it's tremendous. I think it's really good for our program as we go forward.